I want to touch on the Owen Hart tournament because I'm a geek for it. I love it. And I know how much nostalgia and legacy mean to you guys. Do they come to you guys and say, hey, in the first round or the qualifier, do you two want to fight each other? Or do you guys go to them and say, hey, you know what would be fun in this tournament that means a lot to us? We want to face off in the first round.
The latter.
Yeah, that was our idea. Totally. We had to fight for it, but that was completely our idea. We've always wanted to have a match, but we didn't want to just have a match just to have a match. This is the perfect reason to do it. The Hart family means a lot to both of us, personally and professionally. Being able to show respect to Owen Hart and his whole family, what better way to do it than allowing the two biggest Hart family fans in the world compete?
Yeah, for so long, there was no way for like Owen to get the tribute he deserved. Now we have a platform for that. We touched on earlier, like we wrestled the one time, and when we did, I've never felt like the electricity, like when we locked up and started working around how easy it was. We want to be the best. I think Dax is the best wrestler in the world. I said that like on Instagram or whatever. I said Wednesday I wrestle the best in the world, and I think he is. And so for me to get better, I want to wrestle him. I want to wrestle. I don't want to do a ton of single stuff, but I want to do something that matters to me. And this was one that for years, we make it make sense. How can we have a singles match against each other? Just a straight up back and forth wrestling match in our vision. There was no way to really make it make sense anytime before, because we don't ever want to tease a breakup, do a breakup. That's no interest in that. I'll retire before we ever even entertain that idea. I'll say that right here, right now. Print it, tattoo it. I don't care. We're never going to do a breakup angle. So we want.
Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah. Print it. So when we heard about the Owen, we were like, we got to go to Tony with the idea of the singles match. And like, he did like it, but he was like, okay, I got to see if I can make it make sense. And we just stayed on him about it. Hey, can we? And finally, he was like, all right, I got a way where we can make it all work. Yes, we can do it. We'll announce it in Philly. You'll do it in Philly. It's going down. So yeah, he liked the idea, but we had to make sure it's just, please let us. This means a lot to us. And he finally like gave us the nod, and here we are.
Yeah, and I think with that match, I know him and he knows me probably, better than almost anybody in the world. I know he's got a short temper, and God knows he knows I have a short temper as well. So I would expect on Wednesday for there to be some great wrestling, but I would also expect there not to be a shortage of physicality and some live rounds being thrown too.
Yeah, the harder somebody hits me, usually the more I respect them, and I already have all the respect in the world for him. So hit me, let's go. Like, it's only going to make me respect him even more. This is the kind of thing we look for.
I just want to say I respect Lars, but don't hit me.
Well, I'm going to do a little potato pool. See who throws the first potato on this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should
do it. Anytime you see anything, just tally it up.
Count them all.
Start with a lockup and go from there.
Dax, we've seen you wrestle CM Punk. You had an amazing, and I mean, when we talked after the match, he was so stoked because you guys put on a wrestling performance. You two are going to lock up here for the first time in the Owen Hart tournament here coming up. Now, just curiosity, did you guys ever think about maybe, is Bret Hart going to be there? Would you ever think about maybe having him walk you both down? Or are you guys going to come in separately? Like, that's kind of what I want to know.
So I think about Bret Hart walking me down the aisle every day. I think I wish he walked my wife down the aisle for our wedding. Man, just having the match out of respect for Owen, I think is enough for me. Of course, we would love to have Bret there. That's not our call. Just having the match and only doing this match, only having this match with my best friend, my tag team partner, the guy I'm never going to leave his side. The only reason we're having this match is for Owen Hart. That's it. So I think if Bret was there, it might take away a little bit because he's such a big star and he's such a beloved professional. The fans, I've said it on a few interviews before, there have been guys who have been and are more over than Bret, but there aren't guys, there's no other professional wrestler that was over. The fans just have a love for him. So if he was there, I think that the focus maybe turned to him instead of for the match with Owen. If it's up to me, you're going to hear the FTR music twice, just because the music's so badass. But
3 times at least.
yeah. This may go down as possibly the most important match in my career. I get to wrestle the man I've traveled this world with for 10 years. I get to wrestle who I consider as well, I've told him this a million times, the best wrestler in the world. And we get to do it for Owen Hart on national television. It's going to be, if it's up to us, it's going to be the greatest match of all time. And it's going to be physical. We're just proud to be able to have this match for him.
Yeah, I don't want to put a damper on anything, but for me, I don't know. Brett deserves to just be happy doing whatever he does. If it only ends up being one night in Boston where he walks us out to the ring, I think that might even hold a more like special place in my heart, just because I can say that this one night and I can have that memory locked in there forever and nothing has to change. Because right now I'm having a lot of fun just wrestling with my best friend, like without anybody else there. Like it's just he and I right now. And it hasn't been that way for a while. No offense to Tully, but like it feels good to just be Dax and Cash right now. So if it's just one night with like Brett coming out in Boston, I think that would be like a cherry on top for me. And this right here, Owen, wrestling him again, like I said it, started this, he's the best wrestler in the world and he's my best friend. I haven't had a singles match in AEW. I haven't had a singles match in probably 3 years. Yeah. And I never really have a lot of desire to, but this is something that like I have a desire to do. I want to wrestle my best friend. That means something to me. And it's not like I got to prove myself for this or that. Like I just want this for myself. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody other than this match is going to be something that I really wanted to do and that I love. That's cool. So for me, it's just about going out there, paying respect to Owen, paying respect to my best friend, and just doing what I love and getting to have a blast doing it, because this is going to be something that, and that was another thing, not to keep going on, but like I really wanted my first singles match to be with Dave in AEW. And like that was another reason why when it lined up where we could have my first singles match be against him in the Owen, I was like, please make that happen. So for me, it's just about honoring Owen, wrestling my best friend for the one night, and whatever happens, happens. After that, if I win, I don't expect him to be upset. And I know if he wins, I'm going to hug him just as much as I would no matter what afterwards.